Hello and welcome to the Carry On Gaming Podcast. Each week, different people come together to try to have a good time and usually fall short of that goal. My name is Grady. You can find me on Twitter at AFriendlyPest, and I am joined by...
I'm Stefan. I edit the podcast, and yeah, you can find me on Twitter on Hellblaze_Sith. You can also find me behind the Facebook page, Carry On Gaming Podcast, and the Twitter, because Dan doesn't do the Twitter anymore, apparently.
I got better things to do.
Everyone has better things to do than Twitter.
Yeah, my own Twitter. My name's Dan. You can find me on Twitter at JournalmanDan. And yeah, no longer behind that because I'm lazy.
Yeah, too busy simping Doctor Who.
Ooh.
Yep. David Tennant's best doctor ever.
No, Matt Smith.
Ken Curtis.
Whoever that chick was.
What, Kim Jong-un?
Really not been the same
What?
since John Candy left. Chris, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Chris. You can find me on Twitter at IamUniverse25.
And check out his recent video upload as he's started running his own YouTube channel.
That is correct.
Let's kick off with what we're playing. Steph, you like talking.
Just for that, I'm not going to talk. So, something different. I played some Battlefield 5 for the first time. I decided to play with Grady Online, and I chose the support role, which is perfect for me because I was just giving out ammo. So that was an interesting experience. Well, I think we played 3 games, and we won all 3 by quite a margin.
3 or 4. Yeah, it's very, very high success rate over average. Not usually that good.
No, and I got 18 kills in one of the matches, which is impressive for me because I don't really play online multiplayer with FPS, so pretty proud of that. And I've also been playing Elder Scrolls Online. Shocking. I'm going through the Blackwood expansion at the moment, which is interesting in certain aspects because if you do the Dark Brotherhood run, it changes the story a bit with the dialogue, which I found quite cool. That's quite nice to see. I would like to see more of that within Elder Scrolls. Did some Cyrodiil, so that's the PvP element of the game. We didn't suck too much at that, but then other faction came online, and then we're like, yeah, we're dead now. So yeah, that's all I've been playing this week. I'm probably going to play, because I got accepted onto the Halo Infinite technical preview. I have an issue downloading the app, so I'm going to try that again later on and see if I can play some online with that. So
Yeah, I'll try to help you with that. The multiplayer part is scheduled in Windows, so you have to play it when it's live, but there's a training mode that you can do all the time with bots and pick your weapon and the difficulty of the bot and stuff like that and kind of learn the game, which is kind of a nice addition to the game.
yeah, my big issue, I think it's because a lot of more people got invited that I couldn't get onto the website and link my account to the
Waypoint.
to the app. Yeah, I couldn't link my account to the Waypoint, so I've done it again this morning. It looks like it's gone through, but it did its last night as well, and I couldn't download the app, so we'll just wait and see.
So the Insider app actually on the console doesn't want to download for you as your hang-up?
Yeah, correct. It was the Insider app and linking my account to the Waypoint. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, difficulties. Chris, what have you been playing?
Mostly been playing Saints and Sinners because that's the subject matter for the videos I'm putting out right now. And Grady, thanks for the shout out. You neglected to say the name. The name of the channel is the Vorhagen Gradient, so called because Grady is supposed to be a part of it, and he was at one time, but now he's too good for it.
No, I'll start making content that people want to see, and you can take up the other side. You can handle the stuff that makes people uncomfortable, and I'll handle the stuff that's completely uninteresting, and we'll have both sides.
We'll put a link in the description below.
It'll be just like old times.
Just like old times. Bring back my soft jazz and zombies. That was actually good. That was actually good.
Maluka commented on that.
That's true. That's true. That's the high point of my internet career.
You're welcome, because I linked the video to her. I was like, hey, check this out.
Oh, and I reacted so poorly, too. I fanned out. I'm like, oh, thank you. So nice that you took the time to check out my content. I'm so grateful for your presence and attention. But, Anyway, hopefully those comments are gone.
I don't know. I'm about to make the video public again. You still don't know the password to the channel, do you?
Yeah, no, I do not. I don't really know the password to my own account.
How
I
does
use
he
the same
meant
one for all of
to
it.
co-own the channel if he can't even log into the bloody thing?
Not my
Easy.
fault.
At
He's
one
not.
time I
You
could.
change the settings on YouTube, and then you invite people to help edit the channel, like I've done with our Carry On Gaming one, because you guys suck at passwords.
No, he's
It's
just
true.
he's forgotten the password.
And remembering email
Yeah.
addresses too.
Yeah.
Pretty important.
Well, that's what address books are for.
God, no. Anyone who stores a password in their friggin' address book and it's not encrypted
Oh,
and
that's
secure
not what I
are
meant. That's not what I meant
friggin'
at all.
idiot.
It's a paper address book. How do you encrypt that?
With a lock.
You use
right.
a program online.
Write it in Klingon.
You're going to trigger the IT technician in me.
Klingon was a good strategy until so many people learned it. Now it's no longer safe.
I meant address books are what. I mean, email addresses are what address books are for. No, obviously, don't put your password in your address book.
Sticky notes on my monitor, completely unhackable.
Oh.
If they're written in code, each number like
They're written in Klingon.
One equals A, 2 equals B. No one will ever break it.
Well,
Kopla.
Talking about passwords, Windows 11 is coming out on the 5th of October,
Oh, yeah,
and Windows
our
looks
sponsor.
like, yeah, our sponsor, and it looks like they're gonna get away with not use passwords anymore and do a single sign-in, which will be interesting to see how flawed that would be.
I love single sign-in.
I mean, you got those services like, those password lock, key locker services where you put all the passwords into one service and then you just need the password for the service to log into everything.
Yeah, it's called a password manager.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm not an IT expert.
But what you are an expert in, Dan, is the early stages of Psychonauts 2, my understanding.
That is
that
actually
transition,
late
that was
stage.
good.
The early stages of psychosis. It's like
Playing that game, it probably is akin to psychosis.
You've been enjoying it then, Dan?
Yeah, very much. I've fixed the free, where if I say I've fixed 3 aspects, you probably know where I am in the game. But
Yep.
yeah, really good, really inventive, a lot of fun, and I really love seeing like one of my favorite actors also has more than a cameo. He plays a big part in the game, and he does a really good job. Level design's fantastic. Like the story's really, I didn't expect it to be this good, but it's actually really gripping. And there were some revelations the other day when I was playing. I was like, "Holy damn, that's juicy."
And more revelations to come. More
Yeah, I'm looking
revelations to
forward to
come.
those. But yeah, it's really good so far, and glad you put me on it because I was gonna let it pass.
Well, and I do feel like it starts a little slow, and it might turn people off going through the first world and then kind of dealing with the interns and the mother lobe. But then once you get out into the world, I think it really picks up at that point, and I really enjoyed it from there on.
Yeah.
I think Double Fine's track record is pretty ridiculous. Like, I don't know that they've ever released anything bad. Maybe that Sesame Street Connect game. Was it Sesame Street? Something
No,
like
that
that.
was
I don't know.
that was like a Oscar-worthy game.
Yeah, it's great. Perfect. My daughter wouldn't even play it when she was like 3. But
You always
other than that,
$60 for Connectimals.
oh
Just
Jesus,
bringing back the past.
Connectimals. Hey
So
Dan,
bad.
did you ever play Brutal Legend?
I did.
I
That was a
think
good
that's
game.
my favorite Double Fine game right there. Just, I mean, the gameplay's not anything special.
Yeah.
Just the world and the humor and the writing is
And
makes
the
it worth
music.
it. Yeah, the music's pretty decent.
I didn't like the tower defense style moments in the game. I thought they were a bit annoying, but I did enjoy running around like driving the car and unlocking the songs and using the guitar to kill the enemies. That was fun.
Yeah, melt their
The
faces.
Druid Plow.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I forgot about
that game deserves a sequel. I really think like it could be realized better on modern hardware with a better budget like they
Oh,
have
it'd
now.
be beautiful.
Would they be able to? Because that was produced by EA.
I don't know if they own the rights to that or not. Is anything else you're playing you want to talk about, Dan?
Yeah, yesterday, I've been away from it for a few months, so I decided to go back and give Death Stranding another go. And the first time I played it, I enjoyed some parts of it, but there were some parts that really irked me about the gameplay. But just going into it yesterday, like, I ended up playing about 3 or 4 hours, and I didn't realize the time had passed. Like, it's just a really zen experience, and like, just, you know, it sucks you in. Even though I know
I've
Chris
never
isn't a
played
big
it.
fan because you drive around in the purple wagon,
what?
but
That's not what you called it earlier.
no, but I'm being good.
I haven't played it, and I wouldn't say I'm a big Kojima fan, but that actually absolutely looks like my kind of game. I think I'd really enjoy,
I think,
like you
yeah,
said,
I
the
think
Zen side of it,
you'd
the
like
traveling
it 'cause,
and
like,
climbing.
it's a great distressor. I think you'd be good for, you know, like managing stress. You know, you just
It'd
go
be
in,
good for me. Like I have some stress that needs managed.
just focus on
I don't know,
delivering from A
something
to B.
about carrying packages and picking paths, and I don't know, it looks really good to me. Very interesting.
But that's a great example of why that game fails, because it's supposed to be a post-apocalyptic game where there's like these weird ghost things wandering around, and
They're called BTs, but yeah, that's the
Whatever.
general gist.
that sounds like something stupid Kojima would come up with. But BTs. But
It's a way to say like a very simple word name description to something, and then people bring a lot of meaning out of it. You know, you see that often with Kojima.
hi, I'm Sniper Wolf. I'm Psycho Mantis. Shut up. But
People
I'm
love
quiet.
it too.
it's so stupid. But
Hey, Quiet was a great character, well realized.
Oh yeah,
yeah, the dialogue was great.
Yeah. Yep.
Best
Wow.
dialogue Kojima ever wrote.
I remember when you had to fight her, I dropped a supply box on her to knock her out to capture her. That was awesome. Because you could call it. That was a good game. I kind of need to go back and play that.
But what I
Like
was
once you
trying-
got past the extremely long, pretentious intro, that was fun.
in a Kojima game, what?
I know it was a little out of character.
you'll be delighted to know you get to climb like 3-minute ladders, Chris. I know you love that.
That's the best thing ever. But
And
what
it'll
I'm saying
take
is,
churches.
this is supposed to be like an unnerving kind of like horror themed thing, and here we are talking about how relaxing it is.
I mean, it has its moments where you like, if you go into like a infested zone, that's really tense because you have to like, you have to basically shut your mouth and not, stop your breathing. Otherwise, and if they do catch on to you, the only way to stop them is to throw a piss grenade. Yeah, I said it, piss grenade.
I like it.
Yeah, and you get it by
Genius.
going for a shower or taking the toilet in your bedroom, and it makes a grenade whenever you do it.
As the dog plows through something upstairs. Is that all you've been
Is that
playing?
what that was?
Dan? Yeah, I think.
Jesus, that
Sounded
dog's
like 3
tiny.
cows
How
running
the
across
hell?
it. It's a 5-pound Yorkie poo.
Anything else you've been playing, Dan?
What else? A lot of State of Decay too. Like my community's really coming along now. We all moved into a church, so we're all praying to Holy God to protect us. And
It's always satisfying, though, when you expand into a new base and you've got all this extra room for new facilities. Really, that's awesome.
Freaking love that. The church, excuse me, church. Are you playing in Trumbull Valley?
the original map.
Yeah, I can't remember a church being in any of the maps on the.
It's up on
that
the
came
top
with
of the hill.
part two. Yeah, that's
Talking
right.
about
I haven't played that yet.
churches, Battlefield 5, me and Grady were guarding a church.
We did, too.
Not because it was a great point to shoot people and camp. Yeah, and then
Because
they
you
blew
love
up
Jesus.
the church. Yeah, because we love Jesus. And then someone blew up the church tower.
Which was my favorite spot to hide.
Yeah,
Wait, you could actually
Then we had
blow
to-
up the tower?
yeah.
Well, it's Battlefield.
It's
Oh
Battlefield,
yeah,
you
they
can blow up
have.
anything.
Yeah, that's right. Why
Yeah.
don't I play those?
That's the best part of the game. Somebody hides behind a wall and you blow it out. And
Yep.
they're confused in the dust and wounded and shoot them. Oh,
And
it's
then you just
satisfying.
throw
What
ammo at them
happened?
as well.
I thought this wood would protect me.
Nothing is safe.
Is that game did that game become is that game still very popular? Because when it came
Yes.
out, it was not popular at all.
That's true. When Battlefield 5 launched, people really liked Battlefield 1 better. And I don't know the statistics, but I never have trouble getting a game.
No. We didn't have to wait long, and then we managed to switch squads as well when Grady's friend came online.
Yep,
quite,
we squatted
quite
up.
easily. Yeah.
That was a good time, actually. The fun thing about Battlefield is you don't necessarily have to be great at everything in a shooter. You can pick a role, like Steph was running around handing out ammo and then using a light machine gun also to suppress people. And then by the third or fourth
so
game,
many points for suppression.
yeah, you get points for suppression, and that adds to the squad. And then as the squad points build up, eventually your squad leader can call in like supply drops or mortar strikes, and then if a squad mate goes down, you can revive them, but if they bleed out before you can get to them, they can spawn off you if you're not in combat, so it encourages teamwork and roles.
And we got
Like
got in a tank as well. That was interesting.
How big are the maps?
Huge.
Big.
Huge.
Like,
Are
you
they?
get some smaller ones, but then you get, like, the very big ones.
'Cause that's why I stopped playing online with stuff like Call of Duty and things like that, because they're
It's just arena, yeah.
yeah, they're like, here's a good idea. Let's take every aspect of strategy and just throw it out the window and just make people run around like idiots shooting at each other.
No, but like in Conquest, say you're playing Conquest, it's where you're supposed to control points, A through F or whatever.
Yeah.
If you control a point, you can spawn there, or you can spawn off your squad mates wherever they are, and then your goal is to get to an area that's, say, A or something, clear the enemies out. If you outnumber them there, slowly the flag will go your way, right? And then having the flags keeps your respawn tickets from deteriorating, and then the team that runs out of tickets first loses.
Yeah.
So it's a big scale. Like, if you're not having success here, you can go there. If you're not having luck as an assault class, you can go recon.
Yeah,
It's,
I think
there's vehicles that are controlled by players. It's fun.
I think it was like 30 minutes for one game, and then another game lasted a lot longer than that. But it's definitely made me more interested to play the new Battlefield coming out.
Well, it'd be awesome. The four of us could group up and play. It's
Yeah, it looked,
I don't know that it's cross-play, so I'm not sure. I'd have to check.
but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward now to the new Battlefield. I'm going to play the campaign on Battlefield 5 because it looked interesting from the bit I played, but I need to get off ESO at some point.
It only lasts you about 2 hours. They're only micro levels.
I don't mind.
Yeah, a collection of small, kind of intense, well-done
nice, though.
campaign
I have
missions.
played those.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Because with the intro missions, I found that really interesting. There's only small bouts of it, so yeah, that looks good. Grady, have you been playing anything?
Well, we played Battlefield last weekend. That was a good time. I'd like to get together and play more together as a podcast crew, because I think we have a good time when we do. And there's a lot of great games for it, be it State of Decay or Battlefield or whatever. Finished Psychonauts 2, so I haven't been playing anything like kind of single player or story driven lately. I've been focused more just casually playing multiplayer to pass the time. The Halo flight is going on, like we said, and I have not managed to attend one of the PvP windows, but I don't expect to like it. I think it's going to play, well, the term is sweaty, right? But it's where you have to play really hard to have any success. You have to really try. You're not going to be able to play this casually and have a good time. But then again, your mileage may vary, because I think it has skill-based matchmaking even in its social playlists. So if you're not a strong player, it's going to put you with people of similar skill, and you guys will be able to play more casually. But if you are someone that tries hard, you pretty immediately, that's the only way you're going to be able to play. And I kind of miss back in the day when people weren't really very good at shooters, and you did have a lot of people just running out in the open and going for it, and it created this kind of, I don't know, drunken chaos, I guess, that you don't really get that much in shooters anymore. And I worry that the way Halo's got kind of slower movement now with this one, which I'm okay with, but the weapons are really effective, which I'm not opposed to. I think it's going to make it a lot about map control and position and angles and crossfire, and I think it's going to be really try hard. But we'll see. Like I said, I've only managed the training mode against the bots, and worst case, you can play against the bots, and you can set their difficulty to whatever you want. And they don't exactly play like players, despite the fact they juke and dodge. They don't retreat and rally as much as you would expect players to do, or have an appreciation for controlling a good spot on the map. And maybe that'll change with updates. I also noticed they seem to ignore power weapons right now, so it's not exactly a player experience, but at least you can play against them without just getting trounced. I got to participate. Go ahead.
We have a very exciting announcement from 343, exclusive scoop. a new game mode called Damn It Dan, where a member of your squad will run out in the middle of the field when you're all being strategic and get blown. You get all blown up, and then you get to say "Damn it Dan."
Yep, when you're 49, and somebody says, "Everybody be careful with two," and then Dan runs down the hallway with his jaw unhinged like a Yorkie poo after a biscuit and gets smoked.
Damn it, Dan.
Damn it, Dan.
Shout it louder than that to win.
I am not going to shout down the mic where we all have headphones on, because I'm not a...
I got to play a little bit of the Call of Duty Vanguard beta, because it went open beta.
How was that? I've seen a lot of negativity about that.
And I didn't expect to like it, and I actually did like it. So a point I was trying to make earlier, in Battlefield 5, there's not a ton of bullet penetration. Like, if somebody's through a wall, you can hit it with a rocket or something and blow it open, but if somebody's on the other side of a wall, generally you're not going to hit them through it. And in Vanguard, there is an insane amount of bullet penetration. I bet I shot a guy through 3 feet of concrete.
Jesus Christ, with what?
Trying to remember exactly what it was, but it was just an assault rifle.
Oh, so it's super realistic then.
Well, it's nice to have the penetration, but it does need tweaked.
I think it
Just a
stops
bit.
people from camping, which is the
It
main
does. Well, and you're not often going to be in a situation where you shoot through 3 feet of concrete to tag somebody, but it just happened that I was down below a section of road, you know what I mean, and fired up through it, and I was surprised that the bullet penetrated and hit the guy, and it does reduce the damage, but I was able to kill him. But if you're up proned out on a ridge with a machine gun and you know there's a guy in a house, you can sweep the house pretty effectively. And then because there's hit markers, as soon as you pick up hit markers, you can chase it, kind of like Battleship, and sink the bastard.
Nice.
But I thought the maps were fun for a Call of Duty game. Now it's still, I could tell further into the beta, people were figuring out how to get the most out of the game, and then people started running around with kind of like a Thompson or an MP40, something lighter, and they would run and jump an ADS while they were in the air and spin down on you, and that could be frustrating pretty quick, and the game doesn't really seem to have any counterbalance to that. There's no negative to being airborne and ADSing, so if you play aggressively, you're going to run out in front of somebody camping, and if you don't play aggressively, one of those guys is going to come flying over your head and shoot you. But I didn't expect to like it, and I don't like it as much as Battlefield, but I thought it felt pretty good, and I thought it played way better than I expected. I spent a lot of time on it, and I won't be buying it, but I did enjoy the beta, so that's about all I've been playing.
Shall we move on to our next topic then?
Yeah, Dan, I think you watched the Nintendo Direct. Did you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I've had a bit of a mixed relationship with Nintendo's Directs for the past probably 2 years now. Like, it's been a lot of like re-releases and ports and nothing new, and it was getting really annoying. Like, especially with the last one we got at E3 time, it was a load of crap basically. And this one, surprisingly, they had some new stuff to show off and some pretty good-looking stuff and some mixed stuff, but it was a pretty good show overall, which I was surprised by. I'm still not happy that they've not updated the hardware, but that's just personal, I guess. To kick off the show, we had like the announcement that Dying Light 2 is coming to the Switch, surprisingly.
Yeah, but
That's
that looks like
insane.
to be a stream, not a
It is
actual...
Well, yeah, I was about to say that. Okay. Yeah,
I watched, because I followed Dying Light 2, because I'm absolutely looking forward to that game. So I saw that. Sorry, Dan.
you're alright.
But I was like, yeah, it's going to be streamed. I'm like, oh.
Well, it'd have to be streamed, or it'd look
Yeah.
like Pokemon Blue.
It would look like crap if I tried streaming that. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it. And I tried it with Control before, and bear in mind I live out in the middle of the sticks, so I got mixed results anyway. But it would be nice if they would just update the hardware and make it playable natively. But I guess I'm just speaking into a vacuum asking for that. But okay.
No, I think people want it. They're just afraid to ask for more from Nintendo because they might get banned by Nintendo.
Oh, well, we just did.
Oh.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
Well, there goes that
so
interview.
what else? Dying Light 1 is
Yeah.
also coming to Switch, but that's playing natively, so you'll be able to download that and play it with all the DLC and all
Natively
that.
and poorly.
What else have we got? We had a new Kirby game, a 3D platformer, Kirby: The Forgotten Land. I nicknamed it Kirby Last of Us simulator because Kirby's running around a post-apocalyptic abandoned city.
That's pretty
It'd be
awesome.
so good if it was a Kirby game, but it was really gritty and brutal. It just
Like when he eats
awesome.
something, he just tears them to bits.
You hear him screaming,
I would
slowly
play-
digested
play
inside, because he
that.
doesn't have teeth, right? So they'd be alive inside him.
Oh
Nintendo,
God!
listen to our suggestion and take it on board. It will be a top AAA seller.
It would absolutely be game of the year. The worst part of the Switch is every game that's on it is you know it would look so much better if it was on everything else.
Mm.
Not Pokemon.
It's held back terribly. They really do need to update that hardware and actually. It could be nice. Like every time they come into a new gen, their hardware is kind of equivalent to last gen. It'd
Yeah.
be cool if they stepped up this time.
Last time they were on the forefront was Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, the
wasn't it?
64 was amazing. The
Before I
64
was
blew
even
my
born.
mind when I was little.
64 was good, but every game looked like the screen was covered in Vaseline.
Not with the SNES.
I like that though.
I feel
Oh.
old now.
I remember walking through a store and they had the giant Mario head floating and looking around, and I used to dream about that. Like, that is the most amazing thing I ever want.
That
so
sounds like a
bad.
nightmare.
It does.
Well, I mean, the nightmare was when I woke up and I didn't have one or money, and I was in poverty. But thanks for reminding me,
the
Dan.
64 was my first console, and like my first game was Banjo-Kazooie, so that's always been a special game for me.
So what else happened at the showcase?
So what
Bayonetta.
else did we have? Everyone likes it. There's Final Fantasy go-kart. Kart racing.
What I'm talking
What?
about. That's what I've
Yeah.
been hoping for. Finally.
Chocobo racing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they already had
Chocobo.
that in 7. Like, yeah. I've
It
always
looks like a
wanted to-
Mario Kart rip-off, but I think people are happy with that, so
I
they'll
always
play it.
wanted to race as Yuffie.
I don't play
It-
Final Fantasy. I only know who Chocobo and Cloud are, so that sounds like
Yes.
gibberish.
Chocobo and
Do you,
Cloud.
do
The
you
two major
suppose
characters.
Aerith, like, crashes and dies?
Every race. That's the
Spoilers.
kill.
Sorry.
Oh my god, they killed Aerith. Yes.
Who, I want to ask.
That would
sounds like
actually be
spoilers.
really good.
Oh,
Alright.
What do you mean?
yeah, but I don't want to spoil Final Fantasy 7. Came out in, like, 1990.
We're
What was it?
full of
97,
spoilers. Well, by the time this podcast comes out, it'll definitely not be a spoiler.
90? Well, it hasn't been a spoiler
True.
in, like, 20 years. So,
Right, what else is there? Dan?
So if you're a fan of like classic Metroidvania games, you've got Metroid Dread, which looks really good. 2D side-scroller Metroid game, sequel to
I'm all about
Metroid
it.
Fusion for the GBA. I know Chris is looking forward to that one.
Don't you get like stalked by a monster or something on
Yeah,
that
it's
one? I don't like it.
really
Stressful.
creepy. These really creepy
really?
robots that stalk you around this
Yeah,
planet.
like Alien Isolation meets Metroid.
And you wouldn't think it is, but it creeps you out. Go and watch the trailer with your headphones on.
wouldn't be the first time Alien has inspired Metroid.
It's the voices, like it's the voices they have, and they just don't stop following you, like no matter what you do.
That sounds horrifying.
Mm.
I can't wait.
Horrifying.
Horrifying.
Perfect game for Halloween.
know about that.
And also, if you like Castlevania, the GBA games have all been remastered and packaged together.
Oh,
Oh, that's much better than a new Castlevania.
I'm
Jesus
not complaining.
Christ, GBA games, I mean, they're all
I ain't
right.
complaining. I know what I'm doing.
You can get them all, and they're not just on the Switch either. Those I think they came to PlayStation, and they might have come to Xbox. I'm not sure. I just saw a PlayStation and Switch anyway.
Aren't they also bringing Nintendo 64
They are.
and then
Mega
even
Drive.
Sega Genesis or Mega Drive as you call it games for the Switch,
As
right?
you simps call it.
Yeah, so like you'll have a collection of Mega Drive games and 64 games coming to Switch Online in late October. But there is a catch. They are an expansion pack, so you have to pay for an extra fee on top of your online subscription. But the online subscription is
Wait a
only
minute.
20 a year, so
So they're taking a leaf out of Sony's book.
yeah, pretty much.
Well, okay, wait a minute before we get all mad. So their subscription's currently $20 a year.
Yeah, for a 20.
How much it-
Which is not bad at all.
for a family,
Well,
I think.
Wait a minute. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, Grady. $20
No,
a
you're
year.
fine.
I knew that. I forget I have a Switch because I hardly ever mess with it anymore. But you said it's a bunch of Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo.
64.
64.
64. Sorry. And why wouldn't you have to pay for that?
No, I guess that.
I think it's odd that it's an added cost to the subscription you yearly pay, though.
I mean, they've added.
Can you buy them outright, or do you have to pay this?
No, you pay it and then you get a collection in front of you, like the PlayStation Plus collection for the PS4.
How much is it?
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of.
So it's a Nintendo Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very primitive version, but yeah.
What? How much is it though?
I don't know yet. They haven't announced it.
They got to be really careful with that price point.
I didn't know. I mean, even if it went from $20 to $30 a year, it would still be pretty hard to say that's not a good deal.
That's true. See, I keep forgetting the Nintendo 64 stuff is on there. I keep forgetting about that. Who cares about
The big
Genesis?
controversy with it is that it might be 50.
I don't see that happening.
In Europe.
I don't see that happening. If it's €20 here, like you can't charge 30 extra for a few 64 games. That's
I know
very
with
steep.
the fuel shortage, it's going to be higher.
With the what shortage?
The fuel shortage, yeah, it's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
make it higher. So that was a joke.
Definitely.
Don't talk about that because I can't even fill up my car at the moment.
Really?
You know why? Because people are dumb. Anyway,
I just filled
Anything
mine up
else,
a couple
Dan?
days ago.
Yeah, so the controversy around it is that the N64 stuff in Europe will run at 50 hertz
interesting.
rather than 60 in North America.
But it would have been
That's-
that way
what?
to begin with anyway, because we have different.
Well, those original games couldn't have ran at
Yeah.
60 hertz. They had to be 30 or less, right? I mean, it seems like GoldenEye ran at 10 frames per second most of the time, it felt
Oh,
like.
exactly.
That's not included in the collection, by the way. Before you ask.
No, I'm sure it's not. There's something there. Some kind of...
I'm looking forward to playing some Sega Genesis games because I
Mega
never
Drive.
owned a Sega.
You
Dan,
treasure.
you can't really complain about the name of a console that came out before you were born.
Yeah, but it's a national
Wrong.
pride thing.
It's called a Sega
Not national
Genesis.
pride. Everything's national pride
Brady,
over
did
there.
you have a Sega CD?
No.
Oh, you missed out on so much quality.
I've watched the videos. I beg to differ. Not to say I wouldn't have enjoyed them.
Jesus, man.
Well,
No, I had the
What a
Sega Master System. I had an Atari 2600. I had an NES. And then eventually the Genesis and the 64.
I never had a Master System.
I'm sold.
It was awesome.
Because they put F-Zero X on. So, yeah, I'll be getting that on my Switch. Just for F-Zero.
F-Zero was pretty cool. My favorite
was.
game on the Sega Master System was that maze game. It had a built-in maze game that you could access to play.
yeah.
It's a snail, and I played that more than any other Master
You
System
bought
game.
the console to play the built-in game.
I didn't buy shit because I was little.
It's
Yeah,
like
your parents buy it.
No, my brother drug that home. He traded something for it.
Well, it's like my first console was a Commodore
Jesus.
back in the day, but that my dad owned it. Then we went and we had an Atari in England.
My dad had a Commodore
old are
and
you,
a
Stefan?
ZX Spectrum, so you're going
Ooh,
back
you
a
had a
long way
Spectrum.
there. And an Atari.
I'm 30. I've been gaming since I was in diapers.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Christ, was it a Commodore 64?
Yep.
Yeah, we've been gaming since before you were in diapers.
Yeah, you don't live in a first world
Word.
country though, so that makes sense.
Oh,
Well, to be fair, that is accurate because I was in Saudi Arabia at the time.
oh,
yeah.
Ooh,
Yes, so
Attaboy.
that was accurate.
there goes our sponsorship.
Dan, is there anything else we need to cover with Nintendo?
Let me think. Bayonetta 3 and Splatoon 3 both got 2022 release dates. Don't really interest me,
Splatoon
but
3.
that's there.
Actually,
And
I
that's
hear
about it.
Splatoon's really good. I've never played
It looks fun in like the same way Plants vs Zombies is fun.
In
Yeah.
small
for
doses.
like 30 minutes. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
never played
how long
Plants
do you
vs.
play any arena shooter anymore? You know, it's
Oh, I nearly
I
forgot.
think I'm getting.
The big
Go ahead.
controversy about the showcase that's led to many memes. We got the cast announced for the Super Mario film.
Oh yeah.
It's me, Mario.
It's
But
me,
in
a Christopher
American
Pratt.
accent. Yeah, you got to Americanise it.
Hey, it's me, Chris Pratt.
Radio Chris, just say it's me, Chris Pratt, and that's Mario.
I'll handle this, Grady.
Understood.
Let me get the voiceover voice going on. It's a me, Chris Pratt.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I like what
And
people are
scene.
complaining about. Though. I saw an article. The headline was, "I bet Chris Pratt hasn't even played Mario." I'm like, yeah, you really got to play the Mario games to understand that character. You know what I mean?
You gotta
Just
have
save
some
the
insight.
princess.
You know, what
Run
are
left to
his-
right, pick up the mushrooms.
Well, I think the princess is having an affair with Bowser.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And Mario's just taking the true love away for his own selfish needs.
Oh my God! A friend
Dan
of mine
linked me
sent
that particular cartoon, but let's not go
I'd
there.
like to think that
Oh.
I'd like to think that Seth Rogen went and lived amongst apes for a month, and character
to
prepared for
to
to
learn
play
how
his
to
character.
be donkey.
I bet Chris Pratt worked with dinosaurs for his Jurassic Park.
Yep, definitely.
One's called
Definitely had to
Yoshi.
do that. Well, no, he played the old Sega Jurassic Park game. That was,
Awful.
obviously. Awful is correct.
Oh my god. Those games were crap.
They were so horrible.
Most games were. We just didn't know.
Yeah,
It's
we
like
did.
nostalgia. We're playing it like, how did I like this when I was a kid?
That's the thing. Like when I'm playing an emulator, it's very rare that I will fire up a 16-bit emulator. It's either like Atari or NES, because those are the games that, like, if I try to play old 16-bit games, I'm just annoyed. The 16-bit era sucked.
See, I feel that way about the 8-bit era. And I had an NES. Was I
Oh, I
kind
know.
of
I
4
made a
years
meme
old
out
or
of a
something?
picture.
That's true. That's true. And it, like, other than Balloon Fight and say Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Mario 3 was good. Mario 2. I think Super Mario World was the best Mario. That was 16-bit there.
Well, yeah, the first part, like the Mario and Zelda, those are awesome because Nintendo made them, and that's what they do. But like things like, what was that? Gex, or the Toy Story games, anything.
I thought Gex was a PS1 game.
I'm pretty sure. I thought it started out as a 16. I'm probably completely. No, I'm thinking of Rayman.
Well, maybe it did.
I'm thinking
And
of
that's,
Rayman.
Oh.
that's Crystal Dynamics, and we have something to talk about that too, but in a minute.
Yeah, Crystal Dynamics can go to hell until they give me a new Blood Omen game.
But then you're going to like this new news because they're not. Crystal Dynamics has openly teamed up with The Initiative, which is a Microsoft first-party studio, and they are going to help make the new Perfect Dark game,
Ugh.
which people decided to react very strongly to one way or the other. It means very little to me. I know Crystal Dynamics made Rise of the Tomb Raider, which the year that came out, that was my favorite game that year. I really liked that game a lot.
The studio head of the
And then-
initiative was the director of that game,
Yep.
Daryl
So,
Gallagher.
so he's got a lot of experience with that team, and it makes sense to bring them on to help make this game. So I don't know how you could possibly look at it as bad news, but people are
It's
because
not.
that's what they do.
Like,
Yeah, it's
even
not
look,
bad news.
God of War just brought on a studio. Like, they just brought on a studio to help with Ragnarok, and that's not getting any headlines. So it's not
No.
a big deal. All studios do this.
Well, and you could say this is the Initiative's first game, despite the experience of the people there. So having an experienced team that has a good track record come on to help them make something, I think it's only good news. But also, it doesn't matter, right? The only thing that'll matter is when the game shows up, what the game looks like, what the game plays like. Everything else is just nonsense because people like to talk.
Like
I'm
us.
tired of their talking.
We like talking.
Yeah, but we're talking about stuff we're playing and care about, not
Trying
mass
to fan the
speculation every
flames.
day about how this could be bad. How could this be good? What does this mean for that team or that? It's like, no. Go outside. You know what I mean?
Outside
Grass
sucks.
probably needs cut. Shave your neck.
Stop, Jesus. Shave your
playing
neck,
World
take
of
off the
Warcraft.
fedora.
Do
take
not
off the
slag
fedora.
off playing MMOs, Daniel.
Where's my new EverQuest?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's going to be me
Okay.
when I go on testosterone. I'm going to have a neck beard and just sit there playing MMOs.
Neck beard, hairy chest.
But they're gonna overdose you. You're gonna be lifting weights, be 4 foot across the shoulders.
It's like,
We're gonna find Dan and beat him up for all this past stuff he said. It's gonna be amazing.
With my testosterone rage.
He's gonna bring like the MMO community after me, like RP community.
It's like
Nothing
the
makes you feel good like a little testosterone.
The week after he starts taking it, he'll come on the podcast like, "Hey, this is Stefan."
You forgot the squeak.
Well, hey, this is what?
It'll be exactly like that.
I'm going
This
for
is
puberty.
Stefan.
Leave me alone.
Dan, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I think we've covered it this week. And why don't you tell people where they could find our show?
Good thing we got that last bit in.
Why are you gonna warm up for that so much every time? Just do the damn outro.
Oh, well, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
It's all right, Dan. It's all right.
Does Nigel want to
Want
do
Nigel to take it this week?
I can do it.
Yes. Yeah,
oh,
take us home.
Fine. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Nigel.
I've never taken us home.
it? Take us home, cowboy.
Thank you for listening to episode 15 of Carry On Gaming. You can find us on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Twitter, and Facebook. We are building a website which will be released next year because I'm stuck on the So thank you everyone for listening. We hope we hope to see you next week.
And don't
Bye.
forget, carry on gaming.
Oh yeah, Dan. Dan.
Shit, you forgot my catchphrase.
Dan's eye twitching. Must say.
I remember, folks.
No matter what happens, no matter
Carry
what
on.
family members recently experienced some kind of tragedy, no matter if you were involved in a car wreck,
Jesus.
carry on gaming.
No matter if you're on a
No
respirator
matter if you
from
lost
COVID.
your arms, carry on gaming.
If the power goes out and you're in your iron lung, don't forget.
Carry on gaming.
You've just dropped dead. Carry on gaming.
Alright,
There we go.
bye.
That's good.